Well, this is definitely a video that I don't want to do. But I'm doing it anyways, and it's going to be ugly. Without question, this is going to be a bad video. It's drama. Seems to always be drama, and I swear to you guys, I am trying my damnedest to separate myself from it. I am making my circle smaller, cutting off a lot of people. And I've mentioned that a little bit, and people don't like that. I've also become kind of the enemy. You know, people don't like me. I don't care. It affects me though. You know, I say I don't care, but I mean, I do. I don't want people to hate me. I don't want people to choose sides, and you know, I see that type of stuff happening. Where is this person? Where is that person? Oh, Joe probably did this. I want to start off by saying, you know, there is a lot of things that I don't ever tell you guys about. And a lot of things that I don't ever tell you about, even if, you know, I look like the asshole or the bad guy in the end. I've tried to protect a lot of people, protect their images, protect their credibility. I've wanted to believe in everybody. That's been a major mistake. Part the reason why I'm making my circle smaller, cutting off a lot of people for the second time I'm saying that. Because I've seen through the drama that I can't trust a lot of people. And that things usually end up getting bad, ugly, things end up happening. Some people blame me for those things that happen, but I'm not responsible for what people do. And when you become a part of After Prison Show, when you put your face on camera and you start talking a certain type of way about doing the right thing, you are doing the right thing, I should trust you, we should trust you, it's a lot to live up to. Maybe it's too much pressure, I don't know. But when people do align themselves with this, if things get messed up, and I'm talking about really messed up, like what you're going to learn about here today, you got to wear that. And I'm going to address it, especially in this particular case, because, you know, prior to me even addressing this, the information was already floating around on Facebook. Mugshots, charges. Somebody got locked up. Who I'm talking about is Jellicoe. What happened to Jellicoe? And you know, before I go any further with this, I truly hope you'll believe me when I tell you this. I don't like the drama. I would be okay with my little 20,000 views of video talking about either prison topics and things going on in the world, or doing my felon flippers videos, rather than having to address stuff that's happened. I also know there's going to be people who are mad about me talking about this. Jellicoe is probably going to see this as well. Not only did he get locked up, I'm pretty sure he's out on bond right now, which is crazy. And Jellicoe, I'm sorry. You should be really sorry too. You let me down in a major way. I don't believe anything that there ain't no trust. And I feel like it's a whole lot of betrayal on your part directed toward not only me, but also the After Prison Show. And you're going to hate me. And that's fine. I've washed my hands of you long before you even knew that I did. And I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to go into. I'll probably go into all of it. I mean, why not? If people ain't going to like this, well, damn, they might as well hear the whole story, right? I'm done. Done believing in people. I'm done giving people chances. And that sucks. But anyways, to go ahead with where we're going with this, because trust me, it's not good. Let me start with what I just said about washing my hands of Jellicoe a long time ago. It wasn't really a long time ago. It was 15 days ago. It was on March the 10th. The last time that I saw Jellicoe, the last time that I talked with Jellicoe. And some of you guys might remember this day. It was the day that I went and dumped the box truck by myself. Jellicoe was supposed to come and help me. If you saw the Bobo, I talked about this quite a bit. And I said that I was mad at Jellicoe. I was expecting his help. He told me he would help. I never called him in the morning time. He hit me up talking about, hey man, I thought you were going to hit me up. And that was at 1:07 in the afternoon. I had already dumped the box truck by myself. He would also go on to say that, you know, I'm coming by the flip house just to see how progress is going regardless. I would text him back just 3 words saying, don't need you. And those 3 words meant more than just what they sound like. I was done. And it wasn't because he didn't come and help me dump the box truck. I did use that as an excuse. But I had already been hearing, not once, not even twice, 3 times, things that were very unsettling, things that were definitely causing me to approach him with a lot of caution, and also wanting to put a lot of separation between not only myself and him, but also After Prison Show and him as well. And what were those things that I heard? You probably wonder. You know, before I even share those with you, just a little thought that I'm having right now. I can't even imagine how many people are going to be in the comments section talking about, I told you so. I told you so. You're probably right. I can't be mad about that. You're probably right. You are right, considering what I'm getting ready to share with you. This story starts all the way back on the day when the situation took place at the house with the two individuals. One individual who I've never even put a name to. Somebody that we've never even introduced here on After Prison Show. A guy that I referred to as Brian number 2. We'll put a name to him now. And none of you guys know this guy. We never showed him. There was a reason why I never showed him. Jellicoe introduced him to me. He introduced a lot of people to me who were working in the house, and so many things went wrong. Can I honestly blame Jellicoe for all of the mistakes in the house? Maybe to some degree I can, but obviously it's my fault. I allowed that to happen. But damn, you would imagine if you hang out with a certain type of a person, a lot of those certain type of people, that should probably be a major red flag. But when the entire situation was taking place over at the house, I shared with you guys the very next day on a Sunday, it happened on a Saturday, I shared with you guys the very next day my side of the story. Now there were a lot of things that I never told you guys about. One particular thing was how on the night that it happened, after it had happened, the Brian guy would be texting me, blowing my phone up, basically just telling me that I was disrespecting him, paying him $120 a day. That made me mad, because I was paying this guy $120 a day every single day, and he worked probably like 7 days at least. So I ended up on a phone call with this guy, and I tried to play good cop, bad cop, trying to play both of the two people against each other. Hey, I've already heard what's going on over there. You might as well just man up, admit it, and tell me what it is. And he wouldn't. My police tactics didn't work. What he would do, which I was completely unprepared for, was he would throw Jellicoe completely under the bus. This hit me out of left field, because this was the first time anybody was ever doing that. And he would tell me that he knew that Jellicoe was using. And this information was coming from a terrible source, somebody who had just gotten caught, somebody who was obviously trying to deflect blame as much as they possibly could. So I took this with a grain of salt. However, I did take this information into consideration. And on that very next day, on Sunday, when I would go over to the house, I called Jellicoe. Now, mind you, I also called Jellicoe as I was going over to the house, and I don't know why I did that, to tell him what was taking place. Maybe hoping he would come and have my back. I went over there solo to address a situation that, turned out to not end up very good at all. Turned out horrible. Could have ended up a lot worse. Thank God it didn't. But I called him, and I was telling him what was going on. I was on my way over to the house, and I can't remember why, but I ended up calling him back, and he didn't answer the phone. Classic Jellicoe. Ducking is what he was doing. So the next day, after I'd heard this information, I wanted to try to talk to Jellicoe about this face-to-face. So I asked him to come over to the house to help me clean up. Tried to kind of pity party him a little bit. Hey, man, stuff got destroyed. Telling him the truth. But I really wanted him to come over there for two reasons. One, I wanted my keys back. He had keys to the flip house, also keys to the box truck. And then I wanted to confront him with this information that I had heard. And I did. Came over, I brought him inside. I told him, give me the keys. He did. And then I told him, you'll never believe what I heard. And he looked at me dead in the face and just said, no, I'm not doing nothing, no. And I wanted to believe that. Maybe I even did believe that. But to go even further, we were filming a video over there. Jellicoe was in that video. That might have been, I don't know if that was the last video with Jellicoe, but it was one of the last, if it wasn't the last. Well, craziest damn thing that I never shared with you guys is as me and him were over there cleaning up, doing like a shakedown over there, looking to see if any contraband or paraphernalia was left around, any evidence is really what I was looking for, and also assessing the damage. This dude, Brian number 2, was blowing my phone up, and he was, texting me, hey man, I don't want to lose my job. And I was kind of dangling the carrot in front of his face, trying to keep him on the line because I had plans of confronting this dude on a video, making a big deal out of this. And I never did that. But while he was blowing my phone up on Sunday, while Jellicoe was there with me, I finally answered my phone. And he was telling me he didn't want to lose his job. Hey man, I'm so sorry for what happened. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. And then he went in to tell me more about Jellicoe using. Said it right there on speakerphone. Jellicoe was standing right there. And in fact, God, I don't even want to It is what it is. His words verbatim basically were, I can't work with Jellicoe no more ever since I saw him put that glass pipe to his lips. Said this on speakerphone right there in front of Jellicoe. I'm looking at Jellicoe as this dude is saying this. He's looking at me. And I'm like, because if you were to accuse me of doing something and I know I'm not doing it, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to cut in. Yo, hey, what are you talking about? Don't be trying to put this on me because of what you're doing. Dude said nothing. Jellicoe said nothing. And that right there, folks, was a lot of proof, in my opinion. I got off the phone with this dude and I asked Jellicoe why he didn't say anything. He said, I didn't want to get mad about it. I got mad. He kind of brushed it off. And then I said, well, he doesn't know that me and you were together. Why don't you call him and see if he'll tell you what was going on? I don't want to do that neither, man. I don't want to get all worked up about the situation. And that right there was the beginning of the end. That right there was when I knew I could not trust this guy. So I kept him at arm's distance. Because I didn't want to believe this. Still trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's telling me right to my face he's not doing nothing. And plus he's out here working 5 days straight, sleeping for 3. He's working. He doesn't need to be doing anything stupid. So then maybe a week later, 2 weeks later, I can't remember exactly when it was. It was on a weekend. I was having a phone call with somebody. I'm not going to put that person out there, but it was a very reliable source. And they told me that they heard, all of this being speculation, rumors, that Jellicoe was not only just using, he was doing even more. And I don't want to go no further with that because, again, it's hearsay, it's rumors, all that. But when I heard that, I kept that close to the vest. That was that there, boom. We're done. I am done. And then, when is this going to blow up in my damn face? Well, it just blew up in my face this morning. Hence the fact we're doing this video right now. So I heard that. And then I heard from another, maybe halfway reliable source, how somebody was supposed to go to work with somebody working for Jellicoe and how this person showed up and dropped their keys immediately and it was dark outside and they couldn't find their keys and they were frantic and all over the place. And finally they looked at this person who they were picking up and said, can you drive my vehicle? Because I am too high to drive. And this person would tell me that they said, you know what, hey, I'm not going to work today. And that was it. So I'm hearing that and I'm just like, man, I'm hearing all of this crazy shit. And, if you hear it one time, it could be just some BS. If you hear it twice, there's probably a little more truth to it. And then you hear, 3 things, totally different things, from 3 totally different sources. I got to believe that there was some truth to it. But I wasn't putting none of that out there, Joe, where's Jellicoe at? Oh, Joe, everybody looks so much happier when you're not around. These are the type of things that I was hearing on Facebook. I'm seeing posts from Jellicoe. He's hanging out with people. Some people I don't even know. They look very suspect. And they're like, everybody looks happier when Joe's not around, and Jellicoe's liking that post or liking that comment, and he's showcasing work, and people are like, oh, Jellicoe will be there at the drop of a hat for Joe, but where's Joe at when Jellicoe's working? Well, Joe's trying to put some separation between AfterPrisonShow and a frickin' potential catastrophe. That's where Joe's at. Joe's trying to live the right type of a way and keep the wrong type of people out of my life. So anyways, you're probably wondering where I'm going with all of this. Well, if you don't know already, this is going to be pretty shocking to you, but it was just last night while me and my wife sitting on the couch watching Sons of Anarchy, I would receive a message. Somebody said, hey, Joe, you need to see this. And I don't get very many messages anymore, so, if I'm missing messages, it's just because I don't check them. But for whatever reason, I saw this message, and it was Jellicoe. His mugshot, I'm not going to put that up here. And the fact that he got locked up yesterday. The date was there. And what he got locked up for, is all the proof that there is. He got locked up for Schedule 1 or 2, which are your harder drugs, sale for profit. And I know a lot about the judicial system and charges, and I've had possession with intent to distribute. But when I see this charge, sale for profit, I don't necessarily know exactly what it means. I mean, obviously it means sell for profit. And I did some research on it, and it ain't good. If it's a possession with intent to distribute, like what I got caught for 10 plus years ago when I went and served 7 years in prison. You know, I got caught with a 1/4 ounce of cocaine. It wasn't bagged up. I did have scales. But you can get a possession with intent to distribute just because of an amount of weight that you have. And we're not talking about kilos. An ounce of weed, an 8-ball of cocaine potentially could get you a possession with intent to distribute, especially if it's bagged up. But I was not particularly familiar with this sale for profit charge. But I did some research on it, and I want to share this information with you guys right now and let this, paint a potential picture. The sale charge, the definition of that says, selling a controlled substance can involve transferring it in exchange for money or something else of value. It can also include gifting the drugs or making an offer to sell them to someone. This dude doesn't got possession with intent, possession. He's got sale for profit, which basically clearly states he got caught in the commission of a sale or a potential sale. He either sold to an undercover, somebody set him up and it was a controlled buy. A cop might have sat in an Arby's parking lot, seen him in a cop maybe saw him do this. This is a big boy charge right here. So maybe he wasn't using. The fact of the matter is, it's going to be real hard to play the addiction card with this. Oh, I relapsed. Oh, feel sorry for me. Hey, I slipped. Maybe he was riding around with the plug, driving him around while he was making the sales, and he got jammed up that way. I don't want to go too far with the speculation because I don't honestly know. There is a good chance that I'm going to get a lot more information on this situation, and there's also a really good chance that Jellicoe is going to want to address this situation on his own. I'm not really interested in hearing his side of the story, what happened, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are. I feel absolutely betrayed. I feel absolutely dumb. This is a dude that I had affiliated with AfterPrisonShow who just got a sale for profit charge. Maybe the cops worded it wrong. Maybe it was possession with intent. Just got caught with the weight. But sale for profit, that's a pretty particular charge. And how did it happen? Was somebody he was hanging out with who was getting high, get jammed up and said, wait, I can tell you where I'm getting it from. Hell, there's probably going to be some people on here who think that I'm responsible for this. Oh, Joe, this is your fault. I'm done being painted as the bad guy. And when I make decisions, I'm trying to make the right decision. Not all the time will I make the right decisions. Look at the way that the house is gone. I've allowed that to happen. But I am tired of the drama. I am tired of the excuses. I'm tired of having to try to play the janitor, having to try to clean up what these people are out here doing. And I'm tired of being associated with people who think that they're smart enough to get away with it, smart enough to hide it. And speaking of that particularly, I mentioned at the beginning of this, this dude had access to the flip house, access to the box truck. And this is going to be more paranoid speculation. But I want to just put this out there. When you think that you're so smart that you're never going to get caught, maybe you're trying to do things in a different way. You've got access to properties, my property, storage units. Maybe you're stashing shit in any of those places, maybe the box truck. Can you imagine, had this dude been driving the box truck and had dope on him, got pulled over, you honestly think he's going to tell them police that it's his? It'd have been Cody sitting in this chair filming a video talking about Joe got locked up for possession with intent, but he didn't do it. I'm sorry to have to tell you guys this. I'm sorry that so many people who I've introduced and wanted to believe in and wanted to trust have dwindled away to probably all but nothing. The trust, the expectations, the outlook on how people are going to end up here on this channel. I'm sorry for that. I've watched AfterPrisonShow slowly become less of something that people are interested in. And I understand that. I'm not looking for the sympathy. It's sad for me. But I know I wear a lot of that responsibility. I know with the drama, every dramatic thing, it lets people down. There were people who genuinely liked Jellicoe. And I don't want people to, if you do like him, I don't want you to not like the man. But I just need to tell you guys the truth. Because I'm living my life the way that I need to be living my life. And just like how I don't want anything that somebody else is doing to bring me down, for me to get jammed up because of something else that somebody else is doing, I hate the fact that I know that it's going to affect After Prison Show, especially when I've made them a part of this. I don't know what actually happened. Is there an excuse? I'm sure there will be one. But it's going to be tough to justify this situation. I share this with you guys because I'm cutting ties. And I am absolutely making my circle a lot smaller. After Prison Show is still going to continue. I'm going to try. Do my very best like I do every single day. Get up early. Focus on the Bobo. Focus on the videos. Help Cody edit videos. Get over to the flip house. Possibly film over there or try to get my hands dirty with that work. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. But there definitely comes a time when you got to just, you got to cut people off. And as much as I've always wanted to consider Jellicoe a good friend of mine, as much as I've always wanted to believe him, I'm done. He also got a bond. He got a $7,500 bond. I thought that was pretty crazy. I mean, this is a pretty serious charge that you got. Maybe there's more to the story that we don't know. Maybe more will come to light of this situation. I think that he's out on bond right now. I'm pretty sure that that's a possibility. If he gets found guilty of this charge, sure, he's going to have a probation violation. But then again, all courts are closed right now because of everything that's going on in the world. So who honestly knows what's going to happen with this situation? I hated to have to share this with you guys, but I'm tired of having to not tell you guys things. You know, I'm tired of having to try to cover shit up or clean up or try to, I don't know. That's it. I know this is a crazy video. I'll be curious to see what you guys have to say about all of this. I hope that you will continue to believe in me and After Prison Show. I am truly sorry for the drama. I mean this. I hate it. And regardless, I'm going to continue to do all that I can with the few people who I'll still keep in the circle to show you guys that people can change. And to also try to continue to motivate others who want and are trying to change for themselves as well. I look forward to talking with you guys soon and moving on.